morning everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please support my channel by liking and subscribing. Now let's get in the video. Today I will explain about medical instruments and machines. So there are 7 of these machines. Also last there's surgery anesthesia. There's very much. So now I'll get into explaining. So listen carefully. So clinical thermometer. In the past, the fever was just by placing the back of your hand on your forehead. But now there's an instrument to check body temperature. That's called the clinical thermometer. It reads from 95 degrees Fahrenheit to 110 degrees Fahrenheit. 98.4 degrees Fahrenheit is taken to be the normal temperature of a human body. This instrument is put in the mouth or armpit and of the patient for a minute or two. The expanding mercury in it expands to determine the exact body temperature of the patient. It has to be just hard so before it can be used. So the mercury can come down to its lowest position again. Digital thermometers work by heat sensors that determine body temperature. The next is stethoscope. And the thermometer was actually invented by Galileo, who invented the thermometer in 1593. Then Great Bear Fahrenheit invented the first mercury thermometer, the modern thermometer. Next is stethoscope. This delicate instrument was developed to hear the sound of the patient's heart, lungs, intestines, veins, arteries. It has a body contact piece which is placed against the body. 2 earpieces are linked with this piece with a rubber tubing. These doctors put these things in their ears to hear sound. This instrument was invented by a French doctor, René Laennec, in 1860. When he saw 2 children whispering and hearing to a hollow log. Next is syringe. It is a pump-like instrument fitted inside the middle, which is used by doctors to inject liquid medicines into the body. Liquid medicines. It is only used for one part of the body. Scottish doctor Alexander Wood is credited with inventing the modern syringe in 1853. Next is the microscope, which is an instrument to see extremely small objects in an enlarged size. There's 3 major parts: the foot, tube, and body. The foot is the base on which the instrument stands. The tube contains all the lenses while the body holds the tube. It is a mirror to reflect light on the object to be seen. The microscope was invented by a Dutch optician named Jacques Janssen in 1590. This instrument was used for testing urine, stools, sputum, and blood of patients. The germs in all of these things can be seen clearly. The sphygmomanometer is an instrument used to measure blood pressure. Blood pressure is the pressure of the blood when blood exerts against the walls or the arteries. These each have three main parts. Cuff, which is a wide rubber band which can fill the air, a rubber bulb, which is used to pump air into the cuff, and glass gauze, which is common on mercury. In order to use I will not say, the cuff is wrapped around the patient's arm. A stethoscope is placed over the arteries of an arm to show the cuff to hear the pulsations of the blood in his three arteries. Air is then pumped into the cuff so that it may pass down on the arteries to stop the flow of blood. As a result, the sound stops. Some may slowly let out of the cuff so the blood flow may restart. The pressure of blood at this point is at its highest point. It can be read on a gauge. Some more air is released and the sound gets muffled. The blood pressure at this point is at its lowest point. The blood pressure is described in two figures. This 120/80. The highest is the fluoroscope. Wait a minute. The sphygmomanometer was invented by Samuel Siegfried Karl Ritter von Paschen in 1881. The inventor's name is longer than the invention. Next is fluoroscope, which is the instrument that enables doctors watch the instruments while they are functioning. The patient lies on a table which an X-ray tube has been placed. The X-ray passes through the body. A large device named the image intensifier converts these X-rays into image. So that is recorded by a TV camera. So it can be viewed on a TV monitor. In the late 1890s, Thomas Edison was investigating materials for the ability for fluorescence when X-ray. By the turn of the century, he invented a fluoroscope, the MRI scanner. The magnetic resonance imaging (MRI) scanning is a non-invasive and painless procedure. Raymond Damadian, an American physician, created the first MRI body scanner in 1969. MRI scan uses powerful magnetic radio waves and a computer to create a detailed cross-sectional image of an internal. It will mostly examine issues, anomalies of the brain and spinal cord, tumors, cysts, and other anomalies of the body, injuries of the brain such as back and knee, and diseases of the liver and other abdominal organs. Next is anesthesia. Sometimes to treat a defective organ in the body, it is necessary to cut the body to operate on the organ. This is known as surgery. It is possible to repair the organ, but earlier it was also possible to replace the organ with a healthy one. Ancient Indian texts mention surgery being practiced in India. Surgery was very painful earlier. Now, doctors make the patient unconscious before operating, so they do not feel pain. And doctors give the patient anesthesia to make them unconscious. Chloroform, one of the first drugs to be used in anesthesia. The first operation of chloroform as an anesthetic was performed on 18 November in 1847. Antibiotics. Bacteria is a type of germ which spread cholera and thyroid. In 1928, Alexander Fleming discovered a drug called penicillin, which we can prevent the growth of bacteria. He used the drug to cure many types of bacterial infections. Later, many other such drugs were discovered. These are called antibiotics. The discovery of antibiotics was an important milestone in the development of medicine. Vaccination. Medicines such as antibiotics cure diseases. Vaccines prevent diseases from occurring. If a person is vaccinated against a disease, his body develops the ability to fight the germs that cause the disease. Vaccines which we use against several diseases such as tuberculosis, cholera, tetanus, etc. are available today. The first vaccine to be discovered against a dreaded disease, smallpox. This disease was a major cause of death in the 18th century. An English doctor, Edward Jenner, observed that people who had a mild disease called cowpox did not suffer from smallpox. So he injected the cowpox germs into the body of a young boy in 1796. The young boy was suffering from smallpox. He successfully tried this method to prevent smallpox for other people. Edward Jenner discovered a vaccine for smallpox. Today, thanks to him, smallpox has been removed from the world. Since then, vaccines have been developed using many uses such as polio, tuberculosis, hepatitis, cholera, and tetanus. Now, Louis Pasteur, pasteurization. Louis Pasteur, a Frenchman, decided to study the cause of diseases. He showed that many diseases are caused by tiny germs. These germs can carry disease from one person to another. He discovered heat kills germs. So, milk and water can be boiled for the rapid cooling after boiling, especially milk, is called pasteurization. Antiseptics. John Lister was the surgeon about 500 years ago, 150 years ago. At that time, surgery was new. Many patients died of the operation due to infection of the wounds. Lister tried several methods of controlling the infection without success. He studied about Pasteur's findings about germs. He realized that the germs cause the infection in the wounds, started a method to kill the germs. He tried a chemical called carbolic acid, sprayed carbolic acid in the air, washed his hands, instruments, and the patient's skin with it before performing an operation. The deaths due to infections came down dramatically. Joseph Lister had discovered the first antiseptic, a chemical that kills germs. And that's the end of the video.